Blue Bulls Rugby Union has been setting trends. When it comes to women's rugby, the union provided the majority of players. That helped the Sevens Springboks to qualify for the World Rugby Sevens Series 2024. South Africa women won back-to-back World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series events to qualify for the World Rugby Sevens Series 2024 as the 12th and final team.
If you look, we're quite proud and of the achievement of the latest Box Sevens. I mean, obviously we had a big quota in the squad that won the back-to-back in Stellenbosch. That's good for us. But also we do understand we might lose some of them because they'll go into a full-time pro in terms of camp and playing the series. Then it means it's more work for me trying to identify who will come in those players' places to fill up and continue where we want to go with the 15th game.
The Blue Bulls Union also confirmed the 35 women roster of contracted players for the Bulls Daisies over the next 2 seasons. The Bulls Daisies are the first women's team to be offered professional contracts in the history of South African rugby. They will be competing in the domestic interprovincial league.
Yeah, 35 is a massive. I mean, if you look at the Springboks, just last year, they only contracted 19 women players. They extended that number. They're on about 28. And at my first go in office, I went for 35. So I always go for the jugular. And I think players now have an opportunity for them to sort of look at what it means to be paid, a monthly salary for something that you do and you love. And that just creates more competitiveness amongst them within the group. I think they become better athletes, and also they know that they've got families to feed, they've got other issues to have. And I think from our side, one is just grateful that the board has taken that decision.
Manana visited the United Kingdom recently for 2 weeks, where he went to 2 clubs, Saracens and Harlequins. He says the dream is for the Bulls women's high-performance environment to be modeled on the successful one he saw when he visited those 2 teams.
So they've got a different playbook. Obviously some information we took it with both hands and we ran with it, but also some we couldn't get, but also it's fine. We will always create our own playbook, and that's what's important from our side, but also create relations. I mean, if you look following year, we would want to do a pre-season tour where we'll sort of go back to those 2 or 3 clubs, Saracens and Harlequins, just before we start our IPL, our Interprovincial League. I mean, we'll get there much fitter, faster, and sort of just hit the ground running.
The IPL will begin this weekend, with a final scheduled for late in August. Vincent Situra, SABC News, Pretoria.